welcome back, Rankers. You having a good week? It's only just started, how could you? Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about a couple of things to focus on. So, I've been talking to a lot more clients recently, and we're putting on the new model, and it's really exciting. So, really enjoyable conversations that we're having now with clients. So, the couple of conversations I've had this week were about what's your revenue now, and are these numbers correct? Make sure your data is correct and accurate in Google Analytics. Especially if you're a retailer, because there's so many that we come across where it's not. So just make sure your revenue numbers basically are what is real and what's in your books, because look, you're going to get some discrepancies here and there. But if it's by and large pretty close, then that's really going to help you in the long term. But the sort of conversations we've been having, is like, well, could you scale this business? How much could this business make? How many employed in the business? Finding out about the warehousing, finding out about where stock is acquired, what the interests are of the business owner, as far as even talking exit strategies sometimes with business owners, because you can't do that with a client, with the business owner's employee. It's not a conversation you can have. But sometimes with a lot of business owners who are on this trajectory like this, it's a thing we have to talk about, because a lot of business owners don't want to talk about it, because sometimes they can think, oh, I don't want to scare my supplier away. But we've worked with a couple of clients where we've taken them to an exit strategy. And it's a lot of fun when you're doing those sorts of things. It's a lot of fun when you're talking to clients more about, how quickly could we make these things happen on your side? I can see a lot of, as I've said, I saw a lot of retailers up at Resale Global who I thought, geez, we could double the revenue. A couple of them that we looked at that we could, but we decided not to work with them because they just weren't ready. They wouldn't be able to cope, get the work done that needed to get done. We'd put in extra work, and when I say work to get done, sometimes. We'll do a lot of the work where we can, but sometimes you just can't for a whole host of reasons. So some of these retailers have been rejected because they're just not ready for the model or for us to take them on, and it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. But for others, it does, and they're better conversations because you're talking about the little things that make huge impacts to revenue. Like this one here, this is the one I've shown you this one before. This was just one change to the homepage. And what you can see there, he's doing 432% more revenue this year than what he was the same time last year. Now, this is a small retailer. We're not doing a lot of work for him. I'm doing a little bit of work for him, but then he'll ring me up and I'll say, mate, Andrew, go and change this, go and change that, because you've broken that and you need to fix that. And he'll go away and do that, and then the revenue will come back. And a couple of times he's removed things that we've told him to put there, and accidentally, and whatever else. Or there was one message he had that he said, no, I had to remove it because it didn't apply to all customers. And I said, just put up asterisks, say, doesn't apply to all customers, or whatever it might be. But put it back, because that's what this drop here was. He changed his messaging and then got it back again. So a lot of these things are small, they're incremental, they're looking for little tiny things that can make a big difference. And what we're trying to do throughout all of this is reduce cognitive load on the user. Just make it easier for the user to hand over their details and buy stuff from you. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.